Welcome to The Open Page, the space where literature meets life, culture meets memory, and stories reveal the societies that create them. I'm your host Sonia, and today we open the pages of a literary world that has shaped generations of Pakistani women, quietly, emotionally, and powerfully. The world of women's Urdu digests. If you grew up in Pakistan, chances are you have seen them lying on drawing room tables, tucked bedside pillows, or exchanged between mothers and daughters and neighbors. I'm talking about Khawateen Digest, Shoa, Pakiza, Anchal, Kiran, and many more. All these digests have colorful covers featuring graceful women, mysterious eyes, bridal dupattas, and titles promising love, heartbreak, sacrifice, and destiny. But these digests are far more than simple entertainment. They are emotional archives of Pakistani middle-class life. They teach values, define femininity, and shape cultural imagination. Today, we explore the themes, literary style, and cultural power of Pakistani women's Urdu digests. At the center of these digests lies one dominant universe, the home. Marriage, family politics, love, betrayal, motherhood, sacrifice. These themes appear again and again. The domestic space becomes both a battlefield and a moral testing ground. Women protagonists struggle with difficult husbands, controlling in-laws, economic pressures, and emotional loneliness. And yet, the ideal heroine is rarely rebellious. Instead, she survives through sabr, patience, through endurance, through moral strength. This recurring character became almost iconic in digest fiction. The silent yet resilient woman whose dignity eventually earns respect and justice. Think of Khirad from Humsafar. Wronged by her husband and humiliated by her in-laws, she does not destroy the family structure, she endures it. Her patience becomes her power. Now, this pattern tells us something important about Pakistani society. Digest fiction often imagines women not as revolutionaries, but as emotional anchors holding families together. But over time, these narratives have also evolved. Modern heroines in digest fiction are increasingly educated and professionally active. Doctors, journalists, teachers, entrepreneurs. Writers like Umaira Ahmed, Farhat Ishtiyaq, Faiza Iftikhar, Nimra Ahmed, and many more began introducing women who desired both independence and cultural belonging. And this is where Urdu digests become fascinating. They negotiate tradition and modernity simultaneously. And another reason these digests became widely popular is their writing style. The language is accessible, emotional, and deeply engaging. You don't need academic training to read them. The storytelling feels intimate, almost conversational. Most stories follow a recognizable structure. First comes emotional conflict, then misunderstandings and social pressure, then betrayal, heartbreak, or sacrifice, and finally a moral resolution. It's formulaic, yes, but also incredibly effective. Readers become emotionally invested because these stories mirror familiar realities: arranged marriages, family expectations, class differences, and the constant pressure to appear respectable. Digest fiction mastered emotional suspense long before television dramas dominated Pakistani screens. In fact, many famous dramas actually began as digest serials. Humsafar is one example. Another is Meri Zaat Zara Be-Nishan, Shehrazad. The stories blending spirituality, romance, and moral transformation in ways that deeply resonated with readers. These stories are not only romantic, they are didactic. Characters constantly reflect on fate, divine justice, morality, and ethical behavior. Religion often operates not as background decoration, but as a moral compass guiding emotional life. Even visually, the digests communicate cultural ideals. Their covers usually portray modest, beautiful women, symbols of grace, virtue, and continuity. But here's the critical question. Do these digests empower women or teach them to tolerate inequality? Critics argue that digest fiction often prioritizes endurance over transformation. Women suffer, but systems rarely change. Patriarchy is negotiated emotionally rather than challenged structurally. And yet, dismissing digest literature would be a mistake, because these magazines also gave women something incredibly important: a space to read, to imagine, to dream, to discuss emotional pain, to recognize themselves in stories. For countless women in Pakistan, especially in middle-class homes, these digests became companions, teachers, and emotional lifelines. They also launched literary careers. Writers like Razia Bhatt, Bushra Rahman, and Rifat Siraj reached massive audiences through digest culture before becoming household names. So whether we see them as conservative, comforting, problematic, or transformative, women's Urdu digests remain one of the most influential literary traditions in Pakistan. And maybe that's the real power of popular literature. It tells us not only who we are, but who society expects us to become. Behind every serialized romance, every patient heroine, every emotional reunion lies a larger story about gender, class, morality, and survival in Pakistan. The pages of these digests may look ordinary, but hidden inside them are the emotional histories of generations. Until next time, keep reading between the lines, because stories never merely entertain us, they quietly shape the worlds we live in.